top of the scoreboard with the big green wasn't really relied upon as much in Inferno. Obviously, part of that's because it's really hard to get your op going on T side, right? And
It's not easy.
sorry?
It's not easy.
Yeah, no, it's not. And Los Grandes, to be honest with you, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're going to need to see more from Landon, right?
Yeah, I think so. We're going to really need to see that ops shine for Los Grandes. Also looking at the likes of Tata Zine to pop off as well. Someone who didn't exactly have a lot of impact on Inferno. He's a very impressive player when he's in his form. We didn't get to see that from him almost all tournament, really. He's been rather quiet for Los Grandes, and it's a little concerning for them. But they do have the boon of starting on the CT side to kick things off. And let's see if they can hold things down and win a pistol round here, because so far, both pistols have been converted by Isurus.
Here we go. Round number one. Deco is going to do some damage, or take some damage, in fact, go down to 27, and he has dropped Kai with the opening frag, but Nox is quick to recover, and here's that bomb plant at the B site. Back and forth action, though, and it appears to be favoring Los Grandes. Noxe and Ali still standing, but only 130 HP among them. Tadazine coming around. He's got the smoke for the bomb. That'll attract some attention from Isurus, but Ali gets one and a second, looking for the final blow. K can't connect, and he will eventually get Noxe, but Ali's managed to duck and cover, and KK can't really stick that bomb. There's Ali again, a hit. Very important on the pistol round, gets a 3K.
Huge from Ali. He did call him out. He said he needed to be good, and he was good yesterday on this very map. He shows up as he did on Inferno with a very swift start to shut down Los Grandes on the retake. But the play from Isurus to completely pull the rotations off of the B site with that fast A double player fake was absolutely incredible. And the fact they only really use one player to sell it in the end is even more so. Their strats look to be good, at the very least. Their pistol round strat looks to be impressive. It's an ace stack here from the CT side. Now they'll go into the back as Noxe,
no.
and he's gonna knock down two, and he might even have more for his troubles. He will not get more, but Destiny's coming in, the other player you highlighted, John, and he's gonna get himself a couple kills in this anti-force spy. It was a heavy investment from Los Grandes, and now Kai's out of luck here. The bomb's gonna go down, and Isurus are gonna go up 2-0.
Noxe was slithering in Snake, waiting for a couple of players to push out aggressively, and man, oh man, he punished them. Unreal. Los Grandes couldn't do anything on their force buy, and Isurus already off on the right foot on their T side. And I would say in terms of getting T rounds, this map is as difficult as Nuke can be, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very difficult map, but the thing is, there are opportunities for the raw puggier styles to work here. I don't know if we'll get to see any of that, though, because Los Grandes, they play really passively on the CT side. If you've watched them on Inferno, they didn't really take too much aggression. It was a lot more than they have previously, but it wasn't there a lot. And when you're on the T side, you need to have a good temperance between how you play aggressive and how you play passive. And going too aggressive can definitely run you into problems. As you see, here's a 5-man stack on the B side, but the rotations are also very fast. So there's a very good mix of how you need to play. I think Ancient probably has the most tactical depth to it out of any map in the pool right now. And it's probably also because it's brand new and it still hasn't been worked out to the fullest, but there seems to be a lot more you can do with this map than you can with others. And well, look at that. It's 2 kills for Los Grandes on basic starter pistols. There's a chance he could pull this off, but Ali's going to try and deny. Noxe comes up with another. Keke, he's got one. Look at Ali's health. It might be all down to Nithon here. It's a fake tap. There's a chill. He runs out of ammunition. That is heartbreaking. Moth, he's not able to take him down. But how do you allow that to happen, John? How do you go full buy against full eco and come down to one player with 16 HP?
Yeah, they just walked into a lot of bodies on the Los Grandes side, and I mean, good shots at the very least from Los Grandes to make it that close. And then the MAC-10 picked up, almost deals the killing blow, but Ale mentioned him before, how strong he was on Ancient yesterday. Well, he's continuing that forward here with 6 frags already, and even on Inferno, right? He got off to that hot start, 8-2 on the CT side. So he's a player that Isurus are probably looking towards right now because he has the hot hand. Noxie, in the meantime, has already pushed up. And this is so much space to gain. I'm surprised Los Grandes give this to him. No one's watching. He spots out Landon, misses the shots. Okay, Landon's lucky to be alive.
I don't think they played mid at all, though, John. I don't think they've had a guy mid in the first 3 rounds, which is definitely a big risk. And Nox is going to get caught from behind. Landon connects onto Destiny, but Nithon will trade it back. Bomb goes down, 3v4 hold. And Deco's going to be called upon here, but the Zine shines. Kai eliminates Ale, the thorn in the side of Los Grandes in the series. And it's all down to Nithon with an op in hand. He does have a decent amount of time already ticked off of the bomb, but now that he's been spotted, things are going to get exponentially more difficult. Oh, there's no utility, though, aside from that flashbang. And the smoke. Is there enough? Is it enough? Does he swing? Does he shoot? He takes down the wrong guy. Moth sticks. He holds. He wins. And Nithon falls in the end. Los Grandes pick up a big round. But it still did come costly to them. Only 2 alive. They're going to have to reinvest heavily into this next round. Isurus should be more than fine to buy up. But that was not clean at all.
No, it wasn't, and I'm surprised Noxie gave up the space that he gained down mid and tried to fall back, because he could have easily just, I mean, he didn't even have to fire at Landon, right? He could have just waited there and waited for his team to come in, and then Landon would have been focused perhaps on the execute towards B, and then he comes in, punches on through, and helps Isurus take another round. But Los Grandes, I think, got a little fortune there, because shooting Landon wasn't necessarily a bad idea either if he had gotten the frag. Anyway, Deco is going to get the opener here on Kaike. 5v4. In favor of Isurus, and as they were apt to do in the first half of Inferno, they may well be able to isolate this round victory for Los Grandes.
That is something Isurus did a very good job of on Inferno T's side, but towards the end of that map, they did end up getting reset a couple of times. But let's see if they can bring that back together. They can connect things and keep those rounds on an island for Los Grandes. Landon still has his op. We've seen glimmers of brilliance, but we haven't seen the full shine just yet. Moth was the standout on Inferno. Kaike, he has the most kills for now. Kai, he had some big moments too. Holding back towards Temple, swings for 1. The A4 only finds 1 victim. Ale catches 1 on rotation. The B site's open, but the bomb is down on A. And now what do Landon and Moth do? They're stuck in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
And look who's waiting for him. Deco's just holding, probing, praying that someone walks through his crosshair. He's going to take the initiative, and actually Landon's going to go 1 for 1. Nithon, does he clear hard right? No, he doesn't. He just runs straight forward. And so Isurus are going to take quite a bit of casualties here, and that's actually going to make it very expensive. And Moth might very well get out of this with the op in hand. But still, Isurus managed to isolate the rounds, and that is mission accomplished.
Yeah, and also that's a round where just everything at the beginning of it goes exactly as you draw it up for Isurus, right? You send the lurk towards B, he gets the frags, and then your execute towards A is going well. On top of it, you have a player waiting around mid to potentially punish anyone that rotates around, and just everything went very well for Isurus. As again, like you mentioned, isolating the round victory for Los Grandes and making it 4-1. It was expensive, but it's easier to absorb those types of rounds on the T side than it is CT side, as they're still going to walk into this one with almost full utility, only Noxie short, and actually he's going to buy it up soon because he has 3.6k. I think it's just because a timeout was called here by Isurus, so they're probably talking a few things over. But yeah, still going to be a good buy up over on Los Grandes. They do walk out of it with the AWP, and it looks like Kai will invest in MP9 and a couple of CZs around that op as well from Tatazine and Kaike. But still, it's not going to be the best of buy-ups for Los Grandes, and they really do need these CT-sided rounds.
Yeah, they do. They desperately need these CT-sided rounds. Looking at Isurus' stats for Ancient, though, they are definitely a more CT-sided team on this map, as pretty much everybody is. 67% win rate on their CT rounds, John. That's astronomically high.
Yeah, that is, it's very, very high indeed. So, oh my goodness. Well, we'll have to wait and see here what's going to go down. It's still in the early goings, right?
Oh,
Anything
yeah,
can happen at this point. And you're going to see control of mid taken again by Isurus. This is very concerning for me at this point because Los Grandes have given up mid completely. I think 3 rounds already. So, I mean, Landon is going to be... Landon's going to watch me. Exactly, it could be 4. I don't know. I don't know what's happening there. And now the player goes into donut. You give up that space, you literally allow Isurus to get in behind enemy lines. They don't take advantage of it this time, but they still are set up for a pretty good hit towards B, and there's only 1 player, potentially 2, to deny this. No one in cave, which is a very important position to hold should a B hit come through.
And the B hit's looking likely too. All the posturing for Isurus is ready for it. They have a couple players in towards cave. Landon's rotated it back to help the defense, but Deco destroys him with the Galil. In comes the full take. The site is open. The bomb can go down. The retake's coming through. Moth has the op, but he might even just try and save it. The pistol rotation looks to be going through nothing. They're not even attempting this. They're going to give the 5th to Isurus already. We've played 6 rounds now. And Los Grandes still sit on 1 singular breadstick. This is not good at all. Isurus are taking full control of this series with every passing round. Yes, we did see Los Grandes close the gap on Inferno, but that's a completely different animal. This is ancient. If you don't play this map, you're not going to have a good time.
Well, I mean, I can't necessarily knock their passive play, right? Because in some cases it can work out. It's just on Ancient. If you're going to be passive, make sure you have at least 1 player around CT or Red Room. Just to keep an eye on mid. Because if you give Isurus the chance to freewheel there and not force them to use much utility, I just don't like how that's going to play out in the long run. 5-1 for Isurus now. And op. 2 A1Ss, the AK, and the A4 coming through for Los Grandes, so at least they saved that AK on forward. But they need to get those rounds.
They have no other option to start winning, or else their road through this closed qualifier is going to end shortly. There's no 2-way streets, John. There's either dead ends or it continues on. And the loser of this will face the dead end. The winner. As 9Z in the wings, Kaike aggression picks up 1, but he's traded back by Noxy. That's a very good trade for the T side of Isurus. That's going to set them up quite well again. Los Grandes struggle to play down a man. That's something that might continue very simply here on Ancient.
There we
Big
go.
pick up by Kai, though, but he takes a lot of damage still. Man advantage returned to the CT side, and maybe that's something they can hold on to into the later portions of this round.
Now that's finally, some presence there from Los Grandes towards mid. They had 1 player at Donut, 1 player watching mid, or Red Room, from Red Room I should say, and that was Kai, and he got that frag, so it makes it a 4v3. It's still not a done deal for Los Grandes by any means, because they're missing their caves player. That was Kaike, who went for the aggressive push, and he did get a kill as a result, but immediately traded by Noxte. Deco. And 2 other players for Los Grandes, though. Excuse me, 1 other player for Los Grandes, Tatazine, waiting on the B side. Tatazine gets 1, but he gets traded immediately. Still a man advantage, though, for Los Grandes, but it's a weak one with Kai down to only 22 HP. Moth going to spam through the smoke. Now he settles down a little bit. Bomb going to get stuck to the ground. Here comes the spam again, and Moth can't connect for anything. So at least a bomb plan coming out of this round, and potentially a lot more with Nithon having a beat on the position that Landon is coming from. If the timing is in his favor, he will get this, but it is not, at least not for the time being. Kai looking for a chance, and he goes down to Nithon. That could open things up for Isurus to take this round. Destiny waiting on the other side. Nithon misses the shot on Landon, but time is ticking away. Destiny just needs 1. He doesn't get it. Los Grandes will win the round with the defusal, and they get a 2nd.
It's a big round to pick up for Los Grandes, but they need to be able to string rounds together. It's been the tale of Inferno, where they were not able to get things going together in strings early on. Their rounds were isolated, and on the CT side it's even worse for your economy. But look what they come out of the round with, John. A double op setup, that extra op donated for free, and maybe now this could be exactly what they need to get a string of rounds going against Isurus, who granted already have 5 rounds on the T side of Ancient, so they get 6 rounds. They're more than happy with that business.
Oh yeah,
but still, their money's actually not too great either on the T side. Deco's on a Tech 9. I'm curious as to why he didn't go Galil, and the rest of his team with full investment. Must be a communication issue of some sort. Matho's getting overrun! It's a full push on towards the B site for free! No resistance! Tatazine gets 1, but that is no good at all for Los Grandes. They give up the bomb plant. It's about 10 seconds into the round. The bomb goes down, and now it's opposing plant situation for the T side with a snake in the grass in the form of Noxy. Moth is finally able to get something back with the op he's had in towards Cave the whole time. But this is still a very dire situation for the CT side. Oh no, Moth. Oh no, Moth! That's not good at all.
Oh. All right. And it's over. I thought for a moment they'd be able to get the defusal, but no. Ali and Noxe quickly end things there, and they pick up a 6 on Isurus. And really, Los Grandes were not ready for that push at all, Austin. They were overloaded. Moth, lucky to be alive, honestly, in that situation. And Kaike as well. But at the end of the day, it's Los Grandes just unable to deal with the presence that Isurus showed towards that B site. And the thing is that's even more troubling for Los Grandes is that yesterday Isurus struggled on their T side to get the rounds on the board. And they still ended up with a decent scoreline. Now, with 6 already, and still quite a few rounds left to be played in this first half. Oh, nice shot from Kaike, though. Noxy goes down as he's trying to get out of A main. That evens things out at a 4v4. Kaike could get himself a second here. He sees all the utility being thrown, and he does indeed. 2K for Kaike. 4v3 now, but look at Isurus. They're lined up for another B execute. Tadazine, along with Kaike already, though. Excuse me, Moth.
Oh, wow. It's a big spray from Moth, and an even better one from Tadazine. The bomb is on the floor, and Destiny's in a 1v4. He's rotating around back towards Cave, but I think that might have been enough for Los Grandes to pick up another round. And it's really built on the shoulders of Kaike discovering that fake and taking it down so just single-handedly. At that point, you're still up 4v3. Even if the bomb goes down, you should have the advantage in terms of numbers and should be able to retake this. So, for Los Grandes, they got to give Kaike a pat on the back for that round. He has been the bright spot, realistically speaking, for this team so far this map. And there has been very few to count as silver linings for Los Grandes here on Ancient. Destiny's going to try and save, though. And if you look over at Isurus, it really has been Ale, Noxy, and Nithon the ones getting all the work done. It's very top-heavy for them.
Yeah, I mean, really, Ale and Destiny, it makes sense. Excuse me, Ale and Nithon makes sense. Destiny a little slower so far on the T side. But good to see Nithon finding his rhythm. And Noxy, well, he's always near the top. So, yeah, Isurus performing well here. This will be a round victory, though, for Los Grandes, who did hold Isurus at bay. And a player that you, again, we talked about it earlier, a player you want to see find his rhythm here for Los Grandes is Landon. They need him in order to come out and get a win here on Ancient.
And he's been quiet all day, which is a bad sign for Los Grandes. He's such a critical player to this team.
Yep.
They live and die by Landon, essentially. He's not been there for them. See if he goes aggressive. They're going to throw the Molotovs in towards spawn. The nade combo comes through, but look, it's another fast B play on the cards from Isurus. They're ready for the flashbangs and the smokes. They're all grouped up. Kaike is getting aggressive out towards Snake. This is the blind side. He's got 2. Can he do it again? Yes, he can. 3 kills for Kaike, and he's trying to bring it back for Los Grandes to get them alive in towards Ancient, making a 4K for him. Nithon, what can he manage? Well, he's got 2 kills, but does he expect the second coming in? Yes, he does. He spots out Landon. The bomb is at the feet of the Opera for Los Grandes. Molotov coming through. Kai grouping in as well. Molotov chases them away. Boost up. Does he check it? No, he doesn't. Blindsided by Kai. And Los Grandes a string of rounds to bring it back together again. But again, they are on the CT side of Ancient. And at this point, their worst case scenario, or their best case scenario, is not a good scenario with 9 rounds on the board.
Yeah, it would be 9-6. So, I mean, they would like to get there, of course. They need to win out to get themselves in a good position on that second half, and it's not out of the realm of possibility because once you get your feet under you on the CT side of this map, it can get a little easier to find those round victories. And they have a double op set up now. Landon and Moth rocking those, and Tadazine, Kai, and Kaike with the M4s. Isurus only on Glocks here. They're just charging out, hoping to get a bomb plant. And hey, they get a frag. Kai goes down. Landon will have the op, but he won't be able to deny the plant. Mission accomplished. And if he goes down here, that is very problematic. Misses a second shot now. Moth will connect, but it's Noxy finding one for himself. It is all up to Deco here. And he will go down to Kaike. That's going to be that. Isurus threatening. They get the bomb plant, as mentioned there, Austin. And really, that's a good result.
It's a very good result indeed, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered for Isurus. Their money hasn't been very strong in the last few rounds, and it finally will be a fully set up full buy for them. After a few that have been a little on the rougher side. Los Grandes, the double op setup though, keeping them alive, but really, it's been the individual rifling efforts. Kaike, 13 and 9, been such a big factor for this squad and bringing them back to life. But Isurus' CT side still waits in the balance. It looms over their heads. Los Grandes need to put up whatever they can here. They're starting to look a little more comfortable with the map, though, and Landon gets aggressive. That's a good sign for Los Grandes, knowing that he's starting to heat up a little bit more and take a little more initiative away and a little more ground away from Isurus. That's a very good sign now to bring things a little closer as we move into this lower bracket final. Ale,
Absolutely.
trying to find something, but it's still a rough spot to be in for Isurus.
No, absolutely. I was going to say, Landon, since we called him out, has 3 frags and no deaths. So that's good to see. And he opened up this round with another one for himself. That said, Landon and Kai are very low. And you're looking at the utility for Isurus. No nades, and well, there goes their Molotov. So they won't be able to nade those 2 players down to 0. But can they go for a hit here? Money is a little bit tight, but I think the full loss bonus will be kicking in, if not the next round, then the round after that. Kai waiting here at A. If they take him down, they could get a jump onto A, and they do get him, but Landon's right there for the insta trade. 2-man advantage retained, and at this point, Isurus, well, they just have to commit to it. They're sending it, trying to get another bomb plant under their belts, and they will get the plant, but they lose their second to last player, and now Noxy is easy pickings for Kaike. That's going to be a 6th round on the board for Los Grandes as they tie things up.
Good work again from Kaike, and Landon starting to show up too. If he continues this form, there is a legitimate chance Los Grandes could get that 9th round on the board on the CT side. They are looking absolutely fantastic right now, and Isurus are finding no answers. Again, they get the bomb plant, and again, they'll buy. But that goes relegated to a Galil. He will be the only one stuck on that secondary rifle. But there's a bit of a lack of utility, especially on Destiny. Only a molly and a smoke, no flashes for him. The double ops haven't really been too much of a factor. It's only been Landon that's really had to do too much. And he's going aggressive again. This time he'll just tuck him towards Donut. But Kaike down towards middle. He's got 2. And again, he's reigning supreme. Might even hit 20 kills in the first half, John, as he's trying to pull Los Grandes through this series and into a 3rd map of Overpass. Kai holds it down as well. Brilliant stuff from the individuals on Los Grandes. And he mentioned Isurus did lose to the individual plays of 9Z on this map. And there is a legitimate chance Los Grandes can factor that in as well if they continue to heat up across the board.
Yeah, very nicely done. And one thing I really loved from Los Grandes there was the aggression down mid. They haven't had much presence there on their CT side, or at least not in the early goings of this half, but slowly but surely they have started to push down there, get the space, and ensure that Isurus is not freewheeling there. Oh, Landon, that's a bit of a mistake. The quick play comes through for Isurus. They get 2. Deco walking right towards the A site, opening up all the space by his lonesome. Also throws a smoke to deny the vision from CT spawn as a Molotov flies in there, but Los Grandes are on the outside looking in a round where really they should have had the edge. Good quick play, though, by Isurus. Can't take anything away from them here. Kaike could catch Noxy off on the flank, but no! Ali takes him down, too, and that's an upgrade to another rifle. They could get 4 rifles for free if there's no answer from Los Grandes here.
And I don't think there will be. I don't think they're going to go too much into this. There's not a lot of time. They want to keep that op on Moth. John, 7-7 going to round 15. What a round for Isurus to win. And what a play by Deco. Yeah, he gets lucky on Landon, but that second shot, the jumping one, it's absolutely ludicrous.
Just brilliant. I mean, Landon gets 1 frag, but getting 1 frag with an op and then getting traded out by pistols only is just not good enough for Los Grandes. Landon got caught out a little bit too far with the big green. Would have been good if he had some support from the rifler, maybe similar to what Moth did in the previous round when he charged up there, but he was nowhere to be found. And Isurus are going to get a 7th on the board. 7-7, tied up, heading into the 15th and final round of play of the half. I'd say, given how difficult it is to find T-sided rounds here and the fact that Los Grandes have not played a lot on Ancient, I give a decisive edge to Isurus heading into the second half regardless of what happens here.
Oh, yes, Yes, indeed. The Zine run over by Destiny. A good flash from Nithon. As now the Jaguars in control of the T side. Moth, he has one of those 2 wops, but he's not really had to do too much with it in the last few rounds. Kaike, he's been the hero for Los Grandes, the one bright spot. He swings, he does catch one. It doesn't take too much damage either, bringing it back to a 4v4. They have to be careful of the cave presence. Kaike gets spammed down. He will retreat. Moth is still taking pot shots, but he's not connecting anything either. Landon is here as well. The bomb's committing towards this B take, even though there's a lot of room over on A. And actually now they're starting to feel that there's too many people over towards B, and probing towards A might be their better option. At the very least, there's a Noxie in to find the information. Moth will knock Nithon down, and Kai picks up Noxie. It's looking like an 8-7 half in the favor of Los Grandes, but Ale might have other ideas. Kaike, those shuts down Destiny. It's all down to Ale in a 1v3. Can he pull this one off? With positioning of Kai, it's going to be very difficult in towards red. And now Ale's been spotted, Ale's been dropped, and Los Grandes, they pull the lead back. And when we return from the break, we'll see if they can steal away Ancient and ship us on to Overpass. Or a fan of their squad. But now they go to the hard side of Ancient. They have to put the pedal to the metal on the T side. I'm Boggs, joined by JRT. And it's going to be time to see whether Los Grandes can stay alive and fight on another day to have a rematch against 9-0 if they will fall to the ground.
Oh.
Deco's knocking down the bodies with the CZ on boost, though. And that is not the start that the T side wanted. The bomb is out in front of the smoke. Noxie has eyes on it. And Landon has another player to deal with. That is going to be Nithon. He's pushed forward, but he's not able to get anything besides some damage. Now he'll find Destiny. Perhaps a little more. Landon's turning things around, perhaps, but Kaike's fallen. Landon's still alive. Can he do more damage? And can Moth find something? It's all down to Moth now. And Landon's heroics may all be for naught. The P250 finds its mark eventually onto Noxie. But Moth has the bomb. And a little bit of time to work around. This one's not done just yet.
I would rather Los Grandes have pushed out when Landon went and did that, right? Because they kind of waited in A main a little too long for my liking. And Landon was just doing such great work. The problem was there was a bit of a gap between his second frag and anything else happening for the Los Grandes side. And that's when Isurus were able to isolate him and get a couple more to their names. At least Moth by his lonesome, and as you mentioned, he's rotating around, but Ali's waiting. This should be a round victor for Isurus, and it absolutely is. They get the pistol round, first round on the board as well in the second half, and tie it up at 8-8. Did Los Grandes win a pistol round? I don't think so. I think it's been 4-0 for Isurus, yeah.
Yeah, 4-0 for Isurus, which, statistically speaking, is good for one team and really, really bad for the other.
Mm-hmm.
But if Los Grandes can win the force buy, it more than makes up for that, I think, at least here on this map. This is almost the most critical round that they've played so far. And I would say this is the trendsetter for the rest of this map itself. This is the round they need to win. To get themselves back into the win column, but also reset the opposition more so than that. And just completely try and knock down whatever confidence Isurus has. Look at this aggression going from the CT side. They're pushing into the pistols. They're pushing into the meat grinder. One is traded back by Nithon, but this aggression definitely could be the undoing of Isurus, as now they're down to a 4v3. Oh no, John, this is exactly the opposite result that Los Grandes, or rather Isurus, were looking for. But Nithon's trying to stabilize.
I mean, Isurus, I mentioned it, they like to go aggressive on that CT side, and it worked out well for them against 9Z, but this time Los Grandes were waiting as a unit with those pistols and did do quite a bit of damage. Deco could deal the damage back, but no, Tadazine gets one, maybe a second, and he gets Ale down for the count. Only Nithon left Oh my goodness, this will be disastrous if Isurus are not able to pull it off, and it looks like that will be the case. The reload is Nithon's undoing. Landon gets it, and Los Grandes, after losing a heartbreaking pistol round, come right on back on their eco and are able to win it.
The aggression again from Isurus is what took them out. They pushed too sporadically. They pushed too spread out, didn't use utility with their pushes, and they ran into pistols, which Tech 9s and Deagles can ruin your day. So for Isurus, it's the lack of discipline that costs them in that round, a very critical one to give up. And for Los Grandes, this is where you can build. This is where you can get the momentum. This is where you can take control of this map and take it to Overpass, where you have a very legitimate chance of winning. This could completely change the outlook of this series, and with Isurus, you had the advantage of getting 7 rounds on T side, winning the pistol, both pistols in the game, but you could have thrown it all away with that unfettered aggression. Can their pistols answer back? If they can, it's all going to be a forethought and afterthought. Gaike, he's going to mow down 2, though. Bomb recovered. Kai is tagged with a scout of Nithon, but the A site is relatively open and clean. There's a bit of a gap, but I think the bomb can still go down here. Destiny making his presence known on the flank. The bomb should not be fighting Gaike, and he makes the right decision to run on towards the A site. Moth peeking out, still holding out towards Donut, making sure nobody can come in through middle. Bomb goes down, still fighting with Destiny, but Ale! Beautiful shot on the Tatazin. And now he's not even being checked. He's got a second! Almost a third! Where are the comms? What is going on? How do you let a guy backstab you twice and almost a third time without reacting at all? But Moth could bring this back. He's gotten another. Ale! Is he gonna do enough? Moth has the pistol out. He's brought it down to a 1v1, but it's Ale. He's sticking, he's holding, but he has no kit. He has to stick, he has to hold. Moth he's spraying, he's going, he's pushing. Moth, he connects! And Los Grandes scrape away with the round.
Oh, I would have almost rather had Ale chase for that one because he didn't have the kit. Oh my goodness, how does it get that close though? I mean, just Ale, a great job on that flank with the Deagle. Almost gets himself 3 in a row with the pistol eventually. One player does escape, but I'm surprised you're right. I don't know if the comms were there. I don't even know if they knew where he was firing from, to be quite honest. Anyway, Los Grandes do get a second for themselves on their T side. They get to double digits first. And a timeout is called by Isurus to talk things over because that force by, I mean, as good as it did go, getting down to a 1v1, they would have been much happier with the win. And it was very much within the realm of possibility.
It really was, and that would have been a big win for Isurus, and a complete and total smackdown of Los Grandes would have been from the top rope to just knock them back down again. But instead, it's Los Grandes with the momentum, it's Los Grandes with the chance to get to 11, and Isurus have to be left wondering what went wrong. This is not the round to really focus on, though, for them. They're on stock pistols, a couple flashbangs is it. If they can get a couple bits of damage, that's, I think, more than enough. Moth is just going to go and make this a blender. Kaike adds in another one of his own. And Tatazin will get the last kill. Expected round victory for Los Grandes, but Isurus now do not have an op, I don't think. Yeah, there's not going to be an op for them on the CT side of Ancient. This could get messy. The rifles are definitely going to have to be the only thing they could work with, because utility's a little light as well.
Yeah, they're also going to have to make sure that they take control of mid. They don't want to let that give that up. And one thing that I think 9Z was doing a lot yesterday against Isurus was lining up for hits on the B site, which is why Ale and Destiny were able to really farm away and get those frags with the aggression. Now they're aggressive down mid, but Kaike is the one with the opening blow. Deco does get the trade. It was expensive because he goes down to 34 HP, but Destiny helps out to give his team the man advantage. There you go. 3 players sent down mid. Isurus deny the space, and Los Grandes walk into what could be a very deciding point in this round. Kai going to toss a Molotov into A main. They're just trying to make some noise there, and it does draw some attention from Deco, who's going to rotate around and head to that A site. But still, most of the presence here towards mid and B, because Nithon and Ale are waiting for a potential hit to come through, and it looks like that's what Los Grandes are posturing for.
It's going to come down to the individual firepower, I think. The utilities light on both sides now. A couple flashbangs, though, for Landon. He is the prime flasher for Los Grandes and a lot of opportunities. Nade for Tatazin can do some damage. And they go, though, strolling on towards A. Ale Ale sprays down Kai on the first contact. It's a dry peek, and you have to expect them to win those duels from the defensive angles. Ale sprayed down solo. Landon can't afford to go aggressive, though he has the bomb. He has to plant it. He's allowed time for the retakes to come through. That the Zine's nade finds one, but Landon stopped in the middle of the plant. That the Zine, 2 low opponents, but he has to make a move. Brilliant hedge on the Destiny. Can he find Nathan? He knows where he is. Yes, he can. Time is now on his side in a 1v1. Swinging into Deco. Headshot delivered. That the Zine is alive. 4 kills for him in the round. And where was this whole entire series? But it's better late than never. And at such a critical juncture that the Zine is coming up huge.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say that Isurus should have ducked back and not really gone for the fights with that much time left in the round, but they didn't really go for them. They were just stuck in really tough positions, and Tadazine was able to isolate the frags very well. So credit to him. Beautiful 3K coming out, and now a timeout being called by Los Grandes, because I'm not sure. Maybe they just have to settle down and make sure they don't let emotions get the better of them here, because as you saw in that first half, the CTs can rack up rounds very quickly. The early results from the T side don't necessarily mean that Los Grandes is out of the woods yet here on Ancient.
Not at all, but it has been 5 rounds straight. Or, I guess 4 rounds straight. I forgot that Isurus won the pistol. It almost seems that that pistol round victory is a moot point. It's a null factor.
Yeah.
They're back on pistols again. This time Deagle's no armor on 4. 5-7 for Destiny. A couple smokes. And one of those smokes is going to be used out towards spawn. I think Los Grandes are waiting for some aggression. They want to see if the CT side's going to push into them. But Isurus are not going to give them any of those early opportunities for free. They have the pistol advantage. They can hold the tight angles and try and catch people off guard. The T side has struggled in making these rounds clean. That is one thing that has been evident. There have not been very many clean rounds for Los Grandes, and that is something that a CT side can take some solace in and try and build off of.
Not to mention, Isurus has been pretty good with these Deagles, so let's see if it'll lead them some success here. They got 2 players waiting on the B site, 3 on A. And at least Nithon from Donut was able to keep an eye on mid, but they're rotating around a little bit because of that noise being made. And I think Los Grandes is taking advantage of the fact that, Isurus has limited hardware right now to try and draw them over to the B site. Could very well see a rotation to A, but as it stands, Los Grandes are not really rotating that much. There is Kaike finding Nithon, looking for some information down mid. And now Isurus, I mean, they're probably just going to take a chance and gamble a site, and it will be the B site. Oh, actually, Noxie could do some damage here on the flank.
Oh, that's a great point. Deco's at least going to deal 1 damage. He's going to spray around with the Deagle. Noxie comes up empty. But Deco's HP bar is also running short. And it will go dry. 13-8. Los Grandes 3 rounds away from winning Ancient. And what a turnaround this would be, John, if they're able to put this map in the bag.
This round is a determining factor. If Los Grandes can hang on and win a 14th year, I think the map is theirs. If they do not, and Isurus are able to come back and win this one, it's going to be a lot tougher because Isurus will be able to build up some economy for themselves, assuming they keep enough players standing, and then, well, the CT side can really start rolling those rounds on forward. Early damage goes the way of Los Grandes, though, as Deco goes down to 76 HP. Still no frags to be spoken about here in round number 22. With 1:35 left on the clock. A 5-round lead for Los Grandes looks very good for them right now, but they have to be careful. They don't want to be overconfident. Moth going to get Deco down for the count on the A site. That is the opener that they wanted. Will they expect Noxie to be coming from Donut? Now he's actually going to be moving on towards the A site proper, but he's right around the edge of the smoke. Might be hard to spot him out. Instead, he goes from aggression. They might have seen him. Kai goes down. Moth gets the trade. 4v3, man advantage retained until Ale at the B site, in fact, gets 1. And Landon jumping across with the op drops Ale. 3v2. Isurus are trying to come back here, and at the very least, they have presence in cave. Good flashbang thrown. Nithon can't get the shot, but there's that cave presence paying off. Destiny finds Cake. Smoking to get thrown on the bomb. He might stick this one as he grabs that kit. Yep, he does. Nithon gonna get the shot on Landon, and then he drops Moth as well. There is an important round victory for Isurus.
That's an incredibly important round, and Los Grandes leaving Moth all the way on A site is their undoing. If they have that extra player on towards B, there's a much better chance they can hold things off. But since Moth is completely out of the picture, he has to book it all the way over. He's making all the sound cues. Nithon comes up huge with the AWP. And also, Destiny, that cave presence was what kickstarted it all. That initial blind side coming out from cave.
Exactly.
And without that, Los Grandes have another round on the board. But Isurus, they found some new life. They found some new legs and footholds to stand on. Destiny is going to try and take Destiny into his own hands. That the Zine is blind, and he's now dead. Ile's getting aggressive too. Another good start here for Isurus, trying to make the comeback happen. They're down by 4. Nice little flashbang over middle, allowing Destiny to get a little more information. But let's see, Los Grandes, they have proven themselves to be tough competitors. A team that does not like to go out with a loss. Battle back to the bitter end. They've shown themselves to be incredibly good at it. Look at A. It's abandoned by Isurus. They're playing all towards the extremities except for the long angles.
They do have a couple of players in Donut, right? And then one at mid that'll watch out and see if anything's happening. And Noxie does find the frag on Cake. Thing is, you're kind of right. No one on the A side proper, so I'm not sure if they've had any audio cues or any idea that 3 players for Los Grandes are located. The last 3 players located in A main. They come on through. There's the spot by Noxie, so at least the information gained. Deco can follow it up with a frag on Kai, and Landon's down to 11 HP. This is very tough for Los Grandes to regain control of, and Landon goes down, leaving only Moth and Nathan, lighting them up with 2 shots from the AWP.
Landon, or rather Nathan's heating up now as he's on the CT side, and then you look over at Landon. He's been a non-factor at all, for the most part, on this T side. It's very much a tale of 2 halves for both of these oppers, where the CT side is much more profitable for them than the opposition side. And now that Nithon's being able to get activated and being able to have some big impact, the rest of the team is starting to have some fun too. So for Isurus, it's almost the same situation that Los Grandes found themselves in the previous half. But look at Noxie now taking the initiative out towards B long. Gets 2 kills. Deco's coming in to try and make sure there's no more shenanigans from the Jaguar cave areas. Destiny has landed at the Zine in his sights. The Zine's really starting to heat up, though. It's a very important piece of the puzzle for Los Grandes, but they need a little more than that. And John, I feel like their strat book's starting to run a little dry. It's becoming just push A or push B. That's not enough to take out Isurus.
No, the utility's a little lacking too. And Isurus are capitalizing on every opportunity. Landon does sneak around through Snake and make his way into mid, but oh no, Deco's positioning is perfect. Landon's going to go down. Tadazine, the last one standing, and he is stuck in Jaguar without the bomb and, well, without many paths to victory here. Still 55 seconds left on the clock, but he needs to find 3 frags, which he did before on the B site, if you guys recall. But the thing is, in that situation, everyone was around him. It was an ideal situation for him to pull off the clutch. Here, not as much.
Yeah, this is isolating 1v1 duels to an extreme. Because you have the whole map to figure out where they are, and the other problem is the fact that the bomb is in their control and not his.
Exactly.
So they don't really have to fight, they just have to wait. And that the Zine has to take the initiative. So it makes those defending clutches so much more easy. Or at the very least, if he had the bomb on his back, it would make things a lot more possible. But at this state, I think he's just going to try and save. They're not even going to go for it. And Isurus can't really afford to go for the hunt either. But still, it's a very good response from them. They don't get shaken. They don't get broken. They're starting to find their form again here on the CT side. Los Grandes, they can almost smell victory, but it's fading quickly as Isurus are almost catching up to them 2 rounds away from being tied.
Yeah, I think the most important thing for Los Grandes here is don't panic, right? Because if they do, it will be problematic. As you saw in the previous half, good timeout call. This is a really good idea because you want to settle things down. As mentioned, any type of panic will lead to disaster here. You still have the lead. You know, your economy isn't in exactly great shape, but you have an A1S. Maybe buy up some pistols, try for something here. Even if it doesn't work out, still, 1 round lead and you'll have a proper buy up in the next round. Isurus, though, is coming on hard, and this is what I was talking about. Once you get into those latter rounds and the CTs get their economy under their feet, it gets tougher and tougher.
It does, and that's the thing, too. When the utility's all there, the op is in the hands of a very competent and impactful player like Nithon. It becomes a much taller mountain to climb and a much steeper cliff. And Los Grandes are going to go up that cliff without the proper climbing gear. Just an M4A1 and assorted pistols, a MAC-10. A decent amount of utility, actually, considering their lack of economic situation. But it's still not exactly the best case scenario. This aggression coming in from Deco, but they have to be careful not to get caught off by the pistols again by going aggressive. The utility there to back them up could help out. Kaike mowed down by Deco, who continues to spray onto Moth, and he will get out of there safe and sound. Tata Z looking for the trade, but no trade to be found. Look at Destiny's position in towards Cubby. Easy free kill, and he can swing for more. Spot to the next, but cannot convert it. Tata Z only able to get one. Deco comes in. He's got 4 kills on the mop-up, and Isurus deal with that one without a sweat whatsoever.
Wow. Just wow. Great job by Isurus. Of course, the fact of the matter is that Los Grandes didn't have the best of buy-ups in that round, so they were just trying to make something work. But Isurus, that aggressive mid-control comes through again. 3 players there to deny any type of space to Los Grandes. And when you deny that space around mid, the map gets a lot smaller. It's a lot more difficult to execute to either bomb site. So I do like, again, the way Isurus plays on Ancient. And they're going to send this time 1 player down once more. It is going to be Noxe. He goes right through a Molotov. He realized how exposed he was, and losing that health is a better circumstance than dealing with 3 players charging down in your direction. And now he sets himself up in a pretty decent position to maybe get one. Charges into the smoke. There's one. No second, but that's good for Noxe. At least he manages to get one below half health. Landed, comes through, drops Deco, and more space gained for Los Grandes towards this A site. Nithon, an important piece here. He needs to find a second to even this out of a 2v2, excuse me. Oh, no, Ale gets Tadazine around Snake by his lonesome. No trade in sight, and now that gives Nithon a chance to move into Donut.
He could catch out Kaike. Kaike's not looking the right way. That's a big kill. It's all down to Kai, who's crept through onto the A site, but as Nithon watching the angle he looks to be, and he will deliver 13 all as Nithon works around. But it really is that kill from Ale out towards Snake that enables Nithon to be able to take those duels. Without that, it's a different round entirely.
No question. No question at all. Ale's so important in that round. And I mean, Isurus, they pulled it back. That's 5 in a row now. It was 13-8 for Los Grandes. And now we're coming down to the wire. Los Grandes as well won't be able to fully invest into this round. They have the Hero AK in Tadazine's hands, but it's surrounded by a Tech 9, CZ, and 2 Deagles. They're leaning toward this A site. They haven't really gone to B too consistently. I think they've gone to B a couple of times, and most of the other hits are going towards this A site. And go ahead.
The B hits have been bad. They've been messy.
Yeah. Oh, Deco's going to get Kaike, and then he finds a second on Kai. All right, 5v3, and Los Grandes are thinking, I think we're going to fall back away from that bomb site. They still have the AK in their hands, and given how much presence they showed at A, maybe B will be a little soft as a result, and it is. I mean, there's just Ale there by his lonesome. Should they get what remains of their utility, which is 1 smoke thrown in a good spot, they might be able to get a bomb plant, but one way or another, I think they're going to have to face with Ale.
Yeah, you say it's just Ali, but
I know.
Then again, it is. It's Ali. The dude's been a rock.
Yeah.
There's been no move in that boulder.
He's got support now too.
Up. Yeah, and it's Nithon too. The 2 heaviest hitters on this map for Isurus are here to defend. The op is not going to spot anybody on. They're both playing the same similar position, but there's no utility to flush them out of these angles. It's going to be very difficult for these pistols to even get anything done. Dink is converted, but here comes the mop-up. Ale with 2, Nithon with 1, 14-13. Isurus taking back the full advantage in this game. But here comes a critical buy now from Los Grandes. They win this. It's 14 all. Our opponents will still have plenty of money to buy, though. That's the one problem.
Yes.
But if they lose with no bomb plant, they're destitute and broke.
I was going to say that, yes, Los Grandes lose that round, but the worst part about it was that Isurus saved all 5 rifles on forward. They build up their economy under their feet, and with this close of a scoreline headed into the latter part of the half, that's just not good news because, like you said, even if they tie it up at 14-14, Isurus will have another full-on buy. And look at Deco, the aggressive comes through again. Flashbang thrown by himself to get Tadazine towards the A site. Moth manages to take down Deco, but Noxie's right there to get a trade right on back. Still the man advantage, but Moth is doing work. He did have an ace over on Inferno to bring his team back. Maybe more of that magic coming through here. He's going to go on a flanking run towards Noxie and take him down. 2v2 though, as Destiny comes out with 2 huge frags. He might get himself a third, but no, it's Moth again standing on his head. Do we need another Moth ace to push this one forward? I mean, if he wins it, that will be the result.
And it would be another clutch for him to a 1v1. It's Ale's opponent. And Ale's gone forward onto the side around that smoke, but Moth is playing around it. Ale's going to go back.
Audio
He's making so much noise. He's making all the noise in the world. And the smoke's faded. Moth, he's got his gun back out. Does Ale expect this? Surely not, right? At least now he probably has a good idea that he's somewhere in the temple vicinity. And he's clearing those angles. The bomb is down for Moth now. And he's creeping forward. He catches the timing. Ale knows exactly where he is now. But the timing goes the way of Moth, but he doesn't convert. But there's no time.
Doesn't matter.
There's no time for the defuse. He's done it again, John.
Doesn't need the ace this time, as he will go down, but Moth indeed does it again. And Ali dies at the end of the day from the bomb anyway. Oh my goodness. Like, it just... 14 to 14. All tied up. But here's the thing. Los Grandes didn't have the greatest of economy, and they lose all 5 players, whereas Isurus had that economy under their foot. So they're going to have 4 A1Ss and the op coming into this round. Okay, still, at least they're able to buy up 3 Galils and 2 AKs. Man, oh man.
What a performance from Moth this series.
Yeah, and not to mention on Inferno, he was 24 and 17, and again he finds himself this time in second place behind Kaike, who's been playing really well in Ancient, but still 22 and 16 with the highest kill to death differential on the squad at +6, and Deco's going to spot a Tatazine. Oh no, that's not the way you want to start for Los Grandes.
That is the opposite of what you want to start for Los Grandes. It puts them down on the back foot. That's a big stab in the back from Deco.
Yeah, and at that point, you really do have to expect the aggression from Isurus. You shouldn't have your back turned to mid.
No, it's not the first time or the second time. It's about the 6th time they've done that.
Yep.
And look at Ale, too. He's so aggressive. He has Destiny in the crossfire. This is going to be a kill box, a meat grinder, a blender. In goes the first. Ale swings for 2. Destiny will fall away, though, out of ammunition. He'll retreat towards sight, and Kaike picks up Noxie. That's a huge kill. Bomb can rotate back towards A, and it might just do just that. Kai, he has it on his back, but they're very slow right now, Los Grandes, and the time is not exactly in their favor either. Since they're so spread out, they are going to hit towards the B site. And in comes Kaike, just booking it to group up with his teammate. They have 2 flashes and a smoke. A 1-1-1 setup for Isurus with that fast rotation being Destiny. Deco's 14 HP, and he's the one lone defender on B. If this site gets taken, do Isurus attempt a retake? That is another question that needs to be posed. But what damage can Deco do? He's not been spotted. Kaike smokes out towards cave. Rotation's coming in. What a shot from Deco! That's insane as he pops out from the cubby. He sprays away. Kai's going to try and plant, but he's so far gone. Deco does it!
Wow.
He gets a series point for Isurus from 10 HP.
Wow, Deco. I mean, that's just such patience as well. As soon as he hears that smoke hit the wall, that's when he peaks, because he knows that a player could be exposed in that moment, and just excellent timing. Pushing around and getting the bomb planter as well right after the bomb goes down with the USP. Just excellent work from him. 15 to 14 in favor of Isurus. 30th and final round of play. Los Grandes, well, for them, it all comes down to this. Either they win this round and send us to overtime, or they pack their bags. And they will be done in this close qualifier. Here we go. Molotov going to get thrown. And a smoke as well for Donuts. That isolates Noxie. And that will give Los Grandes, for the first time in a while, a lot of control down mid.
They want to fight Donut, too. They haven't had the best success, but it's also not been bad either. It's been usually a trade, but Nithon's coming to help out, and this is where things get messy. First shot connected, damage done. Noxie takes a second. Kaike falls as well. Only 2 players left for Los Grandes, and Deco has a blindside on Kai. It's going to be Tatazine alone towards B, lurking around. He's found information on 1, but this is a tall task to ask, and he's made noise. Ale knows where he's coming from. 16-14, and Isurus closed this one out. A little too close for comfort, but it works out enough for them.
Oh man, look, I really do have to give props to Los Grandes, because despite the fact they lose this one, they made it a much closer matchup than I think any of us expected. Their T